It was week off last Thursday as drivers took a much-needed break in the series, but as the dust settles and we return tonight, it's Dylan Gonas who holds a solid lead in our prototype class. Edgar Ruiz is comfortable atop GT3 as well. There's still a few rounds left, but tonight it's all about round number 8 in OSRL GT Series racing live next on ASN. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, also known as Spa. Opened in 1921, this beautiful Belgian course originally connected several towns around rural Belgium, but now boasts 20 corners, 11 to the right and 9 to the left, including the infamous Eau Rouge and Radillon complex with the blast down the Kemmel Straight. We will look for plenty of overtaking here. The format for the OSRL GT Series is as follows. We are on track running a 3-lap solo qualifying session to determine the grid for our 45-minute feature race. The 4th season of the OSRL GT Series continues tonight live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck and Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz. Back tonight for the OSRL GT Series, we welcome you to virtual Stavelot, Belgium. Cameras for tonight's broadcast are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/whiplashmedia. Thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for your camera support. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, along with our short-form video content courtesy of Jess Rakowski. If you'd like your content broadcasted as well, please visit asntvusa.com for any and all information. Coming into round number 7, and I was just looking at this before we came on air. I don't know if we have a graphic for points, but Dylan Gonas on top with 241. Fozzie Fazzillo, 226, Justin Gibbs, 194. I'm not trying to throw a bunch of numbers at people. What I want to bring to the table, the top 3 do not have any wins. It's Lincoln Larson in 4th in points, 50 points down on the points lead with 4 wins. Justin Robichaud, I'll bring you in here in a minute. Edgar Ruiz, let's call it a 15-point lead over Corey Allen. Allen, no wins. But he's pretty close. So we're in qualifying now. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been here. How are you, Justin? And top 3, no wins in points? What's going on?
Hey, it seems to be a lot of consistency here in this league, Josh. There's a lot of people that just race good racing, and they finish near the top very consistently, week in, week out, and they're getting. They're staying away from rather all the calamity and coming out clean every week. And those are the drivers that seem to be sitting on top. They're sneaking in there, if you will, and it's really a commanding lead for a driver that only does have 1 win. It's phenomenal, Josh. It's quite crazy. The field here very large today. Super excited to see what Spa brings to the table.
As I think I counted, I would say mid-30s on car count as we're just running through qualifying now. Once lap times begin to post, we'll take a look and see who's looking good and who needs some improvement. A couple programming notes before we get rolling in qualifying. We don't have them up, but I will read them anyway, Bryan, because I as Bryan is struggling on the internal side, welcome to ASN, where it's where something always goes wrong, but we just roll with the punches. TWR setups, NASA Rallycross lights. Bryan, you're gonna make me cry. You'll have laughter right now. Round 8, Crandon, May 5th. That's Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Victor Valley, James Watson, Jared Lott for that. That's the conclusion of the Endurance Cup. Gonna be a super fun race, and it won't be 2 hours, I promise. Round 8 of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge, also in Crandon. That's Monday, May 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting with contenders going up to supercars. It's going to be Bryan, Sawyer, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that, as I think Justin Robichaud is going to be back in the car. Round 2 for the OSRL Cup Series in Fontana. That's Tuesday, May 7th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Victor Valley in the production truck, Justin Robichaud play-by-play, and special guest Ethan Halsey for that at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. And I'm very sad that I'm not doing that show. Maybe I'll do it. We'll figure it out. OSRL GT Series next week, Round 9, Road America in Wisconsin. Beautiful track, one of my favorites. Thursday, May 9th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bryan, Sawyer, I think Cody Erdman and Justin Robichaud, you'll be there for that one. Times begin to roll in. And currently on top of the board, Cody Hayhurst by 0.3 over Cody Crosgrove. Lincoln Larson goes top by 0.9 of a second, Justin.
Wow. And here we go. It took a little bit of time here to get those lap times in. A long one indeed here at about the 2-minute mark for those prototypes. But Lincoln Larson sitting on top here. But we will see who we've got. We've got Josiah Unoise here as well as Fozzie Fazzillo. Both of those drivers looking to be in contention tonight as well through practice. We'll see what we have here as well. Hector Colazzo also surprised us in around here as well with a solid performance. I believe that was in Imola. But Edgar Ruiz and Austin Diltz here in the top 2. Dan Carrito here in 3rd. That's also
Can we be biased for a NASA regular?
Yeah, here we go.
Right
Let's
now?
do it. Absolutely. I hope it sticks for a bit. I hope it sticks. He's doing good here. He's doing good. So the top 3 in GT3 looks phenomenal. I'm so excited to see what these guys bring to the table. The racing has been extra clean from these 3 in particular. Very, very respectful all around. All those WBM drivers, super respectful. All they want is clean racing. They put it in basically every survey that I've posted so far. We just love clean racing. It's popped up numerous times. So everyone out here just to have a lot of fun, looking to have a lot of fun anyways. So, and the racing has been super fun here as well. This field is just, it's brought a great diversity and talent, and love to see it, Josh.
I was thinking as you were talking there, the prototypes around this track, it's going to be scintillating to watch them making their way around the GT3 field. There's some big news for OSRL in the pipeline. Of course, it's not our place to mention. But I guess what I want to say, very cryptically, is the Automotive Sports Network will be expanding our partnership with OSRL. Brianna Lavin and Ethan Halsey and all the admins here want to give a shout out to them, giving us this opportunity, and it's certainly been awesome. We had that 0.0007 of a second margin of victory at Daytona Beach a couple days ago, and wow. It's awesome to see with the growth of this series. Lincoln Larson still at the top of the board. Josiah Unoise 159.751, 3/4 of a second down on the 916. And when I was here, Lincoln won those first couple of the races and hasn't had the best of luck. I've been poking my head in and watching a couple of the races, and it's all about consistency, like we talk about, and that's why he is 4th in points, and the top 3 don't have any wins. So we're taking a look at Brandon Holmes, it looks like, in the 48. He is sitting 6th in class. He ran a 2-minute 19.204. Edgar Ruiz ran a 2:18. I'm taking a look on monitor. Lincoln Larson on his 3rd lap, guys, locked it up at the Lacombe chicane. He's gonna forfeit this lap. He was pushing so hard, locked up the right, the left front, and that's gonna forfeit that lap. Granted, he doesn't necessarily need it, but if we can pick up Josiah in car number 6, going around the Puhan corner and down to the Fournier chicane, right and left. Car wants to complain. You have to take it so slowly off the track. That might solidify pole position. Cody Hayhurst is in the pit lane. I think he's got 1 lap left. Let me try and find any other prototypes that might be able to cross the line. Fazzillo crosses the line, 2-minute 1.275. He goes P5. Diltz and Allen in the GT3 field, Justin, off the track. Their runs are done. The only car that has a run left, or a lap left, is Parker Dueem in the 44, but he is off track. So, I don't know. This pole position might be solidified.
Sorry, Josh. I'm going to cut you off there. I know, it's weird.
He won. It's Jordan Gosford.
No way.
499 by a 1/10 of a second. I didn't even know he was on track, so apologies there. Our camera's having a little bit of an issue, but the 499 goes to 1.
Hector Colazzo also out there. It looks like he's on his last lap as well, and this one's a heater, Josh. It looks from that last Delta. I'm looking a second and a half down.
Colazzo in the 25. Here. Try and pick him up, Bryan, through the final sector. heading to Blanchimont to the final chicane.
Oh, it's looking really good here.
Full commitment needed. Car number 25. Car number 25, Hector Colazzo, at the bottom of the grid, has not set a lap time yet through Blanchimont.
Our timing screen's sometimes so interesting. So he's
Final chicane.
there we go. We picked him up. It's looking good. It's still looking good. He's down very.
Final chicane. He was warming up his tires, so this is going to be the lap. Let's actually ride on board this car number 25, and we'll ride on board for a lap here in Spa.
Ah, there we go.
Final chicane for Colazzo in the 25. Boisfort's laps, his run is done. Can Colazzo take pole position in the dying moments of qualifying here in Belgium across the line? 1 minute 58.6. It is pole position for car number 25, Hector Colazzo. You called it.
Unbelievable. It was really, really good. Very clean. He's using a lot of the track. Very smooth. The car wasn't complaining terribly. Seemed to have it under control. And Jordan Martin Boisvert just dethroned at the final moment here, it seems. That it must be heartbreaking, Josh. As a little bit of movement here in the GT3 class. Not much. Parker Dime makes his way up into 5th. Very quickly here there with the last ditch effort. But many of our drivers here, they look like they're just Brandon Lambert actually. Let's see here.
McKenna's still on a lap as well.
Lambert's off actually. He does have one left though. From the looks of it, unless that one was not looking good, but Wanchi Rakena out as well, taking some final laps in.
I think Rakena and Kledzik, and those are the only two cars on track that are running laps. Much it.
Brandon Lambert does look like he has one on the timing sheet for me, but not on the track. I don't think he will take it. There's only a couple minutes left here, Josh, for about 1.5. They might even push it early. We'll see. But we're going to watch Wanchi Rakena here take this around. It's looking good from the... I just checked the Delta here. His average pace looking pretty good here, Josh. It's a good little lap for him. There may be an opportunity for improvement. Does say 11th, but he currently is, according to my screen, 12th in class. Ooh, bit of a bad exit compared to his average pace here. We'll see if this is an improvement. And oh, no time actually from that. So there must have been an off track there somewhere, Josh. So that one does not count. And this one looks like it's going to die out with the last 30 seconds. One car out there, or a couple cars out there, in fact, actually won the 66, but it's probably just practice laps at this point. That's Luke Kledzik. I'm one of those drivers every once in a while. I'll take some practice laps out in the and in qualifying if I maybe had to skip a bit of time or if something came up and I couldn't get in the sim long enough to get a few laps in, I'd squeeze as much as I possibly could. Time just narrowing down here as the session moves over.
We see that a lot in NASA Rallycross. Josh Darnell runs after his qualifying run every time.
I do it.
As apologies, fourth wall break. I'm trying to scarf down my dinner before we get rolling. So thank you, Justin Robichaud, for picking that up.
You're good. You're good, buddy.
I appreciate that. Our grid here in Belgium. And apologies if I butcher any of these names, of course, as I'm not the regular guy. That's Justin Robichaud to handle that. Hector Colazzo on pole position. Jordan Martin Boivert in second spot. Lincoln Larson, Josiah Onyeze, Cody Hayhurst, Cody Crosgrove, Fozzie Fazzillo, top 7 in GTP. Dominic Wright is way down in last, but he's 8th in GTP. So Edgar Ruiz, Austin Diltz, Brian Broken. I'm just going to speak this grid. Dylan Clark, Corey Allen, Parker Dime, Dan Carrito, Nicholas Davis, Brandon Holmes, Chris Wilkie, Kevin Fanning, Christian Okendo, Wanji Rakenna, Brandon Lambert, Morgan Smith, Nick Johnson, Luke Kledzik, Ethan Halsey, Tim Brokaw, Donnie Heineman, Jeffrey Seymour, Jeff Cartwright, Nathan Branham, Marshall Pinto, Tana Crit Carney, Nick Vincent, Yon Gonzalez, Deegan Urquides, and Dominic Wright down at the bottom of the order. A couple names that I have seen for the first time in a couple years, and good to see them back on track on an ASN show. And 45 minutes, remember, split start. And this is going to get good. Going to get super good.
It's going to get real good. Going to get absolutely electric. I think this track offers a lot of opportunities for our prototype cars to get clean and get out there. There are a lot of chicanes that will make things a bit interesting. I think they'll have to be, we talk about it all season. We've talked about it all season, but patience will be a key tonight, especially in those chicanes. There's a few of them they have to manage. They don't want to get tied up with a GT3 car, but there's some opportunities here to maybe make some pinch blocks or some pick blocks, if you will. So, but plenty of opportunity as well. A couple good straights or a few good little straights where they can get clean and away.
We begin to roll here in Spa.
Get tight
through Blanchimont down to the final chicane. The track has been changed a couple times over the last 20 years, and this chicane has been pretty consistent, I would say, I think since about 2007. I know they fiddled with it for quite some time in the mid-2000s, and we've got our pretty final layout, 20 corners here in Spa in Belgium. Thank you for joining us on the Automotive Sports Network here for the OSRL GT Series in Spa, Belgium. Safety car is off, and we get ready to go green in Spa. Green flag. Big jump for Colazzo. Big checkup on the other line as the GTPs will head down to the first corner. Looks like it's pretty single file for the first couple of cars. One car inside Onyeze on Hayhurst, exiting Lesource hairpin. The GT3 is pretty clean for the first 5, 6, side-by-side Carrito with Nicholas Davis. Down the hill, up Eau Rouge and Radillon, down to the Kemmel Straight. We take a look side by side for a moment there with a couple of the GT3s, and the slipstream, regardless of class, is going to be huge down the Kemmel Straight to the Lacombe chicane. Larson slipstreaming on Colazzo, looking drivers left. Can't make anything happen. Crosgrove on Hayhurst, can't make anything happen. Hayhurst locks it up. 3 cars around. Onyeze, Crosgrove, and Hayhurst. 1 car involved as well through the middle. It was Fazzillo. They have to get this figured out before the GT3 field comes.
Here they
1
come.
car inside. It's Crosgrove. He's going to have to wait until the entire field goes by, Justin.
Ouch. Ouch. He just pits. He might even just call it a night. And I wanted to point out, but I was letting you go because it was wild up front, but I think the story here right now might be Edgar Ruiz taking a little bit of a tumble here and giving up that position. Austin Diltz, he gets a little bit loose, goes wide. It was a very clean conceding, like almost a changing of the guard, but right now Corey Allen sneaks his way in a second for that GT3 field.
Brandon Lambert and Parker Dime came together in turn 10. Around they both went in the 46 and the 44. So one of the Penguin RC cars and the WBM cars in the back of the field now.
Ouch. And it is red deltas all around here. There are a ton of battles that is going to be difficult to choose. This battle for the lead, though, Austin Diltz is only a half a second on Corey Allen, who's still being harassed by Edgar Ruiz despite those issues. He seems to have collected himself a little bit here, Josh. That early mistake may have cost him a couple positions, but if he can delete that memory and get reset, there's an opportunity here. It's still a long race.
At the end of the first lap, Colazzo leads overall in GTP. We're not missing anything up front. We're going to stay focused on the battle in GT3. Diltz 7th overall, first in class. Corey Allen 2nd, Ruiz in 3rd. 3 cars under a blanket for the podium, and they are coming to end their first lap. Diltz will lead in the Ford ahead of the BMW, Audi, and Porsche for the top 5 in GT3. And so many cars, so little room here in Spa. You have all this runoff, but the racing surface itself very narrow around is Ruiz.
Ruiz gets really deep on the brakes, almost he couldn't check up in time here, and gets into the back of Corey Allen and spins, and now he's in an awful position here, drops back to 8th by my count, maybe even more here after it's all done.
Ruiz side by side with Wilkie into Eau Rouge. He lets him go.
It's on. Yeah, he does, and he might even lose more here in the straight here. This is Kevin Fanning behind him. Gonna make the move on the outside, Josh. He's gonna try anyways. He's blocked off by Ruiz.
Holmes had a slowdown. I took a look off monitor. The 48 of Holmes was 13th in class, just tumbling down the order with a slowdown. Ruiz looking to the inside of Wilkie into the Lake Holmes chicane. They nearly touched.
Ouch. And a little bit of contact, but it would seem to be clean. They make it through, and Ruiz is building a little bit of a gap here now on Wilkie. Great move. He's hungry now, Josh. He's hungry. He's upset with that move. He's upset with himself for making those mistakes, and he's trying to gain it back very quickly.
Still not missing anything up front in GTP. We've got Cartwright in 25th in class battling Nick Vincent. We've got Morgan Smith. Nick Johnson is around from looks like the 23rd spot in GT3. And he's trying to get back going near the no-name corner. So much
many
action.
Battles to choose from. I can't even pick.
Gonzalez 26th in class.
Wow.
Parker Dime getting by Nick Johnson for 31st overall, 25th in class. Lambert in the 46, 21st in class against Tanacrit. Carney shoves him wide, and maybe that was payback for his teammate.
Oh, Brandon Lambert able to collect it though through the dirt, Josh, and he gets it back on. He's gonna have to clean those tires, scrub them off for a little bit. But
I'm gonna give us a quick update.
Very deep.
Hayhurst locked up the rear brakes going into the LaSource hairpin, 6th in class in GTP. He's going to have the slipstream on Josiah Yonreze in car number 6, down the Kemmel straight. Slipstream, very important. We see so many times here in Spa. Yonreze blocks the inside. Hayhurst goes driver's left on the curb. Nearly contact. He spins again. That's the second time.
Yonreze also... He does. He has to collect himself a little bit. I think he got a bit excited with that incident. Puts himself off track a little bit. Gives that position
real
back
quick.
Almost.
Kevin Fanning in 8th in class, battling Chris Wilkie and Juan Raquena side by side into Eau Rouge and Radion. Wilkie lets him have it. Raquena's going to have the run down the Kemmel straight. And the slipstream in the GT3 is
Raquena's setting up.
Raquena looked. Wilkie closed the door. Down the Kemmel straight. Wilkie's going to have the slipstream. 5 miles an hour faster than the Audi. Where does he go? Looks driver's right. This is only lap 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. Spa. Wilkie deep on the brakes. Can't make it happen. Lets him go.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the line. And he gets a little bit loose on the exit there and leaves a little bit of room for Raquena to make a move. So a huge battle here.
We've got Fanning, Wilkie, Raquena, Halsey, Holmes, and Kledzik all under a blanket. 6 cars here, Justin.
I can't get it in. The timing's not right. He's holding off Corey Allen right now, but Austin Diltz out in front in the number 14, making that last minute change in the Ford GT of all cars, Josh. It's not a very popular one, and he's absolutely ripping it right now. I want to give a quick shout out to Austin from WBM Racing. They have kind of invited me into their Discord, and I've been poking around. They're a great group of guys, and I'm just blown away. I know this car has been talked about a little bit negatively in some circles, and I'm so surprised to see him. He's just ripping it. He's just a phenomenal driver, and really putting it on display here, and I love to see it. But Wow, there are too many battles, Josh. I don't know. Let's pick one. You could just roll the dice here. There are so many great deltas to choose from.
I'm trying to take a look. Donnie Heineman has spun from 23rd in class. He's going to have to let the entire field by. And I'm just taking a look as the timing screen lights up like a Christmas tree.
Jeff Cartwright's missing his entire front end, Josh. The last little bit here, it looks like he smacked the wall. There's nothing left for the 355 here on the front. He's going to have
Lambert in 20th in class, getting by Marshall Pinto in the Ferrari. Corey Allen up front. This is battle for the lead when we still have now 3 cars under a blanket. And I'm going to age myself on iRacing here for a moment, but 10 years ago in the Prototype GT Challenge, when it was the HPD, the Ford, and I think there was a Ferrari or a Corvette. Nobody raced the Ford. It was always the Corvette. It was always the HPD. You'd have 1 or 2 guys racing the Ford. So the Blue Oval always underrepresented, excuse me there, in these GT3 races. And Corey Allen, huge slipstream down the Kemmel Straight, Justin.
Ooh, and I was just watching the battle here with Ethan Halsey getting chased down by Brandon Holmes. I think Brandon Holmes took it off track. He did. He gets the slowdown, has to stop on the straight. So Brandon Holmes again with a slowdown has to run it off in that final straight there. And he drops a ton of positions down in 15, maybe 16 in class now.
So tricky when you're going up Eau Rouge and Radeon because it's a blind crest. You're full throttle, at least in the prototypes. Not sure on the GT3s, but you go 4 over that curb. And Bryan has fixed the theme. So apologies for all the graphics that have been popping up. He has been saying a lot of naughty words in our ears, trying to figure out why these graphics aren't working.
In the background for sure. We got it.
So
Austin Dilso a little bit wide, but still holding a commanding lead against these 3. I wanted to bring it up because this is pretty much the spiciest battle we have, Josh. Austin Diltz holding off Corey Allen quite ferociously, and Dylan Clark really just foaming at the mouth, or licking his lips, if you will. He's a teammate of Austin Diltz here, despite the car difference. They're both WBM drivers, so there's no way Dylan will be hyper aggressive. He's just waiting for his teammate holding off and just feeding him information, I'm sure.
So that battle fizzles out. It's about 0.2 of a second. I want to take a look at 13th in class. Morgan Smith and Jeffrey Seymour. Seymour in the Mercedes-Benz. Is it the Lamborghini of Smith? On the outside of Blanchemont, no way. 2 on the right, 2 on the dirt. Runs it wide.
He's way wide.
Corey Allen up front real quick. Sorry, Corey Allen and Dylan Clark. Second in GT3. Clark looks to the inside in the Audi versus the BMW. 2 German manufacturers behind the American Blue Oval of Austin Diltz. Put Dylan Clark to second.
Oh, what a move, Josh. This is incredible.
Up to the GTP field. Fozzie Fazzillo and Josiah Yonueze in the 55 and the 6. They come up on Donnie Heineman, apologies there, in the 64. He minds his own business in the slower GT3 class car. We got a couple car lengths between these GTPs. Closest battle in the top class.
Spicy here, Josh. Spicy. Yunoise doing everything he can. He keeps. There's an ebb and flow here. There are some sections where Yunoise is great and Fazzillo is not, and it's kind of on display, but it doesn't look it at the moment. Right now, the gap falling to about 0.4. A good run.
Spun again.
As we hard on the brakes as Yunoise.
We caught it in the back of the shot. Apologies for missing it fully, but Hayhurst.
We can't catch everything. There's so much going on.
Took a look off monitor. Hayhurst hit the sausage curb on the inside of that chicane and looped it in the 98. So the day has gone from bad to worse. Brandon Lambert, way back in 20th in class, spun trying to catch Yon Gonzalez. And I believe the man from Alabama is parking that car. He did send it to the pit lane. Josiah, huge slipstream back up front to the GTPs. Looking to the inside of Fozzie. Can't close. Fozzie closes the door on him.
He can't yet. This isn't a great spot to make a pass. I think he's just biding his time, but a great improvement. Oh, he's thinking about the inside, Josh. Here he goes. Makes the move clean.
So tricky to pass.
Fazzillo is trying to give it back. He's hooked himself back on. Josh has a bit of a run on the exit here, but I think he's going to concede this position to Yunoise. This is a great move here.
Just an update on the Cody Hayhurst's sympathy corner. He has spun again in turn 10. I think this is the 4th time. Oh, there's suspension damage. We don't have to focus on it. I'm focusing off monitor.
Ouch.
That 98 is pretty beat up.
I still can't get over the GT3 field. It's Austin Diltz has almost a second on Dylan Clark, but from Dylan Clark back, it's very hard. Corey Allen is very close here. He's bringing it very hard to Dylan Clark. Josh, he's letting him know he's there. He's riding his bumper for sure, and that has to make him sweat. But Dylan Clark, a very solid driver here for WBM, and he's going to hold on behind his teammate, no doubt.
As our timing screens are like a Christmas tree, and apologies that I'm all over the place with battles, trying to cover everything, trying so hard. Chris Wilkie has spun. Lambert is in the pit lane. We've got Wanchi Rakenna in the pit lane with damage on the left front. Wilkie, I think, has damage on the left rear. I'm going to try and take a look off monitor as we focus on that battle on screen, just to see what had happened to car number 3. He was running pretty well, and that car was crabbing really bad.
Oh boy!
Wow! He lost it in Blanchimont, clipped the curb, lost it, came across into Rakenna, who nearly rolled it. And then we had Kledzik mowing the lawn in his car.
Wow, and the battle up front is really solid right now. Dylan Clark, he must be sweating from the pressure that Corey Allen is placing on him now in second place. It's been a constant. They've been quite literally half a car length this entire time. Their final laps very close, but yeah, they are gaining a bit of time here on Diltz. So interesting. I wonder if there's a bit of drop off on the tires for Diltz. Maybe he's pushing a bit too hard, goes a little bit wide, touches the dirt here, Josh. So is he going to give him a bit of a time again? Oh boy, he's actually bleeding a bit of time to Clark here, Josh.
Exiting Paul Frere to Blanchimont.
Again,
Diltz,
on the outside is Diltz, very deep.
Diltz was using all of the road and then some with the grass. Into the final chicane, breaking a straight line, missing the apex just a pinch. Clark takes the fight.
He is.
Closes the gap. On lap 6 here in Spa, timing says we might get about 23 in this 45-minute race as we ride on board the 934 of Dylan Clark. The GTP field, if we can, I know we don't want to run away from it too much, but Jordan Martin Boisvert, 9 tenths ahead of Lincoln Larson as we focus still on the GT3 battle. Diltz with Clark. I suspect that if Clark can stay in this slipstream, he'll get it going into the Lake Holm chicane. We'll just have to wait and see. Through Rayon, through Eau Rouge, up the hill and down the Kemmel Straight.
Oh, I don't see Dylan Clark being incredibly aggressive with Austin Diltz, Josh. These two are very respectful of one another. I think
for Allen.
Concern is Allen.
Looks inside. He's going to make the move. Side by side into the Lake Holm chicane. They are parking it on the apex to avoid contact. Put Clark to the lead. Allen tries to sneak in. Can't make it happen. Hector Colazzo, the race leader, has caught with the GT3 field, and he has to make his way around it.
Patience here, Josh. There's a ton of people behind him. He doesn't really have to worry about Boisvert too much. He needs to get here all through clean, and he does.
And the overall race leader has dispatched the GT3s, but there are 6, let's basically call it 7 cars, and Boisvert has to make it through these cars now. Top 7
traffic now.
Let's ride on board this GTP car, this Acura, snaking his way through. They are still ferociously battling as we head to the Fagné chicane. 13, 14, 15 to Stavelo to curve Paul Frere. On the outside,
to the
trying to get by Diltz. Looks to the inside.
Oh, wow.
Through Paul Frere. And the second place man of GTP has dispatched the GT3 field.
Brilliantly, if I may add, Josh. Fantastic work through the field. As Lincoln Larson's making his way through as well.
It's terrifying. I used to race the HPD 10 years ago in the prototype challenge, and to make your way through a GT3 field is one of the scariest things. Diltz looking drivers left on Clark to the final chicane. Race lead in GT3. Clark blocks. Defends, rather. Missed the apex first. Late apex second. Here comes Allen. 3 cars still under a blanket, and Dan Corritto waiting for something to happen here, Justin.
He sure is, and Corey Allen really is. He must feel behind a box right now. He's behind 2 WBM cars despite the manufacturer change, and they are driving a little bit in a way where it really is like passing 2 cars here, unless Dylan Clark can maybe mount a little bit of a lead on Austin Dilts, but I don't see that happening right now. These are 2 solid drivers. They will hook on to one another, and already building a small lead on Corey Allen, and if they can get that slipstream together and get out of there, it could work as we have more GTP prototype traffic coming up. That's Josiah Unwaze here, and he's going to file in. This is interesting. He makes another move.
Into the Lake Home chicane. Dilts looks outside of Clark. What's scintillating racing? Unwaze says, I have to get through you guys. Figure it out.
Wow, and he does very cleanly.
The next
it
GTP
just bunches
car.
up this GT3 car just a smidge here. It looks like Austin Dilts is kind of checking off a bit.
Fozzie Fazzillo is closing in, and this is allowing that. This is unbelievable. The top 5, 6, the top 6 in GT3. This is incredible. This is within a second and a half.
Yeah, and it's not far back for 7th, which is just unbelievable. As we have another prototype car here. This is Fozzie Fazzillo. He's starting to approach our leaders here in GT3. This is going to get very interesting here, and yet again. Oh, these drivers are all hungry ahead of them for position already. Threading the needle.
So we still focusing on still our race leaders in GT3. Around goes the race leader Dilts! Around goes Allen!
Oh my word! Allen gets caught up in that as well. And Dilts gets it turned around quickly, but oh, that's awful. They're into 7th, 8th now and going to lose more.
We're taking a look. We're going to pull up a replay. And Justin, you'll pull up a replay and all yours.
Let's go. Oh, this is let's walk us through this here. I didn't even get to see this. I was looking at another battle here. Austin Dilts goes a little bit wide. Hooks it up. It's coming up here, I think, in this next corner. He just hooks it, gets too far, turns, and it's an absolute accordion effect. Corey Allen gets checked the hardest there, and I think he is the worst benefactor. It doesn't seem to affect the rest of the field, other than a bit of a checkup. So that shakes things up, Josh, big time. Wow, Dylan Clark is our new leader now here, and really the gap is huge from 1st to 2nd, sitting at about 1.7 seconds. Oh, and that's is that Davis? Nicholas Davis off the track in the Porsche there. Gives up some time. Looks like he might have a slowdown there as well. So if he can just settle his nerves, he's in good position here to fight for a podium. But Dylan Clark checked up and away. 1.5 seconds ahead of Edgar Ruiz here as we turn off lap 10. But this battle here, Dan Corrido now sitting in a podium position and battling for another day with Nicholas Davis. If he can keep those tires in check and keep his nerves in check, he can fight for a podium here as well. This is still lots of race left.
I want to give an update to the Cody Hayhurst Sympathy Corner. He has a meatball flag, which for those of you that are new, it's the black flag with the orange disc. Your car is broken. You have to pit. So the 98 has to head down to the pit lane. This thing is in pieces. Millions of dollars in the real world, and then you can break it in an instant.
Yeah, and that's why we play sims like this, Josh, so we don't have to do such a thing. We can experience the thrill of racing those cars, but not have to pay such a huge price tag. Crazy, the battle just in an instant. You one little incident from our leader here with some overcooked tires, and our whole front little battle is kind of fizzled out here. But 2, 3, 4, they're still in contention. There's still some moves there, but I don't know. I think
we've
Ethan
got
Halsey here. Yeah, Ethan Halsey's going to hold up verse. Now.
Same song, second verse with Allen and Dilts, but now it's not for the lead. It's for 7th in class behind Ethan Halsey in the 61.
But Dilts here exiting a couple corners prior, just really, really hot. I think those tires are still a bit cooked. He might need to just kind of take a breath. Still running a bit wide in that Ford.
Up front in GT3. Sorry to cut you off. Dylan Clark completely overran both the entrance and the exit of the chicane in the 934. Doesn't get a slowdown, but Edgar Ruiz is closing. It's a 1/4 of a second. From the 934 to the 80, deep on the brakes is Ruiz. Corrido here in the 320. Talked about it a little earlier. He was waiting for something to happen. Something did, and now he's currently in a podium position. Halsey has gotten past Alan Pitts in the 42, and so does Halsey in the 61. So pit stops beginning here.
Halsey drops a few positions there. Ouch.
Slipstreaming is Ruiz. Still paying attention to the GT3 field. The BMW versus the Audi. BMW look drivers left. Down the Kemmel straight to Lake Calm. Can he clear him? Side by side they touch in the braking zone. And Clark holds the spot.
Oh boy, and here we go. That's some contact. This Rubbins racing, I guess. These ones, they really want to leave it all out on the track now. Ruiz really giving it to Clark. I might play a little bit of patience. We're just cresting the halfway point here of this race, and this is quite some aggressive driving. I'm not sure I would partake in. I love it. It's exciting, but oh boy, I think I'd maybe pull back a little bit. Dylan Clark has made a couple mistakes here right now. Ruiz should just really study this and see that weakness and find it and just try and see if he can pinpoint it in the next couple laps. There's still some pits here that are going to come in, Josh, in the next few laps here. Probably the next few, 3 or 4 or so, if not already. Some drivers coming off, so there's an opportunity for a mistake to happen there. So I think I would try to make my move after that.
Larson pits in GTP. Jordan Martin Boisvert pits as well in GTP. We're just about halfway through, so we're going to step aside here on the Automotive Sports Network. We'll be back shortly here in Belgium.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26. He has not won in quite some time. Ragster acing the entry to turn 1, up heading to the inside. Of Magnus gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rocky's going to hold this power.
Jesus.
We welcome you back to Spa in Belgium for round 8 of the OSRL GT Series. And I have a big script that I have to read, but I want to bring up a very important thing that had just happened. I'm definitely not Cody Erdman, and Bryan and Justin's not even listed. Justin, you got a replay of something that happened while we were in break.
I do. And Josiah Nuaze makes a little bit of contact here. We're going to go right into it. Just comes into the inside. Makes a bit of contact, shoves the driver off, goes off track, stops the car, brings it to the pits, and leaves the session. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Bit of a question mark.
As the 4th season of the OSRL GT Series continues tonight on the Automotive Sports Network, it's Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, myself, Josh Mertz for that. We're going to take a look at programming notes as well. As our graphics are broken, Bryan's not having a good time. NASA Rallycross Lights Sunday, round 8 in Crandon, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's May 5th. Victor Valley, James Watson, Jared Lott for that. Overwatch Specialty Service, NASA Rallycross Challenge, also in Crandon, Monday, May 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Bryan, Sawyer, myself, Josh Mertz for that. OSRL Cup Series at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California in Fontana, Tuesday, May 7th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Victor Valley, Justin Robichaud, Ethan Halsey for that. And our next round for the OSRL GT Series at Road America in Wisconsin, Thursday, May 9th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Bryan Sawyer, Cody Erdman, and Justin Robichaud for that. Cameras for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/whiplashmedia. Thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for your camera support. And just a reminder, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, along with our short-form video content courtesy of Jess Rakowski. If you'd like your content broadcasted as well, all the information at asnTVUSA.com. Let's get a race reset as we cross 15 minutes left to go. Hector Colazzo has led from the green flag. Jordan Martin Boisvert 2 seconds down on the 25 as he makes his way through traffic. Lincoln Larson, Fozzie Fazzillo, and Cody Hayhurst has gotten out of sympathy corner. He is 5th in class with a repaired car in the 98. Now, with the cluster schmozzle that has happened in GT3, Nicholas Davis leads, Dan Carrito is 2nd, Christian Okendo is 3rd, Austin Diltz and Corey Allen round out the top 5. Justin Robichaud, what is happening in GT3 tonight?
Well, I don't know. Did they order a shuffle of the deck? Because that's essentially what we got here. Nicholas Davis is leading by a pretty decent little margin, but Dan Carrito being harassed by a former race winner, Christian Oquendo, a solid driver here tonight. So this is going to be a battle we'll want to watch throughout. But Austin Diltz here is absolutely getting past. Well, he's getting passed by prototypes at the moment, but he's also got
for the lead. Colazzo and Boisvert. Colazzo had exited the pit lane. It's 8 of a second for the race lead, and they're coming up for a couple They're coming up on the second place battle in GT3, and it is 0.8 of a second for the race lead.
And both drivers a smidge loose there in final chicane So these drivers heating up those tires a little bit as they come into some more traffic, Josh.
Colazzo runs into them, into the La Source hairpin, full throttle to get by them. And now will Boisvert hit them in Eau Rouge? He is. This is going to kill him. He's got, oh no! Oh, all I could do is make noises. You can't call that because, side by side in Eau Rouge and ready on something else. And he has given up 0.7 of a second because of that. Really quickly, Corey Allen and Austin Diltz for 4th in class. They are still raging on as well. Allen battling with Diltz for the 4th spot in the battle. Nicholas Davis loves this. He's 4 seconds up. He's getting passed by Colazzo in the 25. And now I think if Boisvert can get clear track, he was 2 seconds up that last time around on Colazzo. Colazzo nearly off the track, exiting turn 10.
Oh, but he has the benefit here. Boisvert stuck right there behind a GT3 car. Still, the battle here, it's fizzled out a smidge. It's at 1.5 second, but getting a little bit of clean air. We'll see what happens. Dan Corrido now moving a little bit away from Christian Aquendo. That gap's fizzled out to about 0.7, 3/4 of a second here.
There was a battle for 7th in class between Clark and Kevin Fanning. Fanning got loose in no-name corner and smacked the right rear on the tire barrier, so take him out of it in the 911.
Yoon Gonzalez at the moment is being absolutely harassed by Parker Dime here from WM. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
1.8 seconds, 1.9. Your battle's more important than the 2-second lead for the race lead. Parker Dime, Yoon Gonzalez, about 1/4 of a second is the difference.
That one seems really close. Parker Dime has mounted a couple little charges on Yoon Gonzalez here, but Yoon also another solid driver here tonight. We'll see what can happen. Parker Dime, maybe he can make something happen. He has a little bit of a good run.
So much action all over the track.
Oh, I can't even keep track. There are so many great deltas to choose from, Josh.
Apologies for all these graphics issues that we're still trying to figure out. Brian, just give up. Brian, just give up. Just bring up a ticker and we'll be fine with it. Just give up. It's okay.
Sometimes programs just...
Oh, wait. Is that what... I'm trying not to have a conversation with you on a live call. Have you been spending 5 minutes trying to fix that one graphic, Brian? Everything broke. And Brian Sawyer sympathy corner is now what we're supposed to be going into. Welcome to ASN. I promise we're professionals. So, it's 1.2 seconds. Colazzo to Boisvert. Diltz and Allen still battling. And I was going to bring up the growth of OSRL with the stock car league that they have. They've got their GT4 league. I think they're going to split the prototypes into their own league on Friday. Like I said earlier, I don't want to say too much. It's not my business to say, but the growth of this league is incredible, and we're thankful that we're along for the ride with these guys. Good group, and hopefully later on in 2024 it can expand. Battle for 4th in class. Diltz versus Allen. They've been racing all evening long, even after both of them self-spun down at Stavelot.
Oh, Corey Allen is absolutely harassing Austin Diltz right now. He wants this position. He's making slight little moves up the inside. The car body language is there. He wants it. He's fighting for it, but Austin Diltz almost needs to make a mistake.
Diltz ran it wide in Puhan.
He's trying.
Down to the Fournier chicane. Allen looked, told him he was there. It's through the right, through the left, over to Stavelot, where these guys had their issue a couple of laps ago.
This has to be a setup. He has to set it up in one of these straightaways. Josh, he needs to get it going early. He needs to be very patient here through these chicane sections. The battle right behind him, Luke Kledzik and Dylan Clark is heating up as well. Dylan Clark mounting a great little comeback on Kledzik. I think he has a run here. He's going for a move, Josh.
As Kledzik and Clark side by side into Blanchimont. Quick update on the race lead. Quick update in GTP. The last time around, Boisvert was 0.8 of a second faster than Colazzo. The gap is 0.6 of a second, Justin. It is half a second. Boisvert gaining down to Lake Calm. It is on for the race lead. There is no lap traffic in the way for quite some time.
Boy. Oh, yeah, this is clean track, so they're going to make it happen here. And Boisvert deep on the brakes there through that chicane, and he's trying very hard here. I think he feels like he has something left. There's only 8 laps, give or take 7. Wait, sorry, 5 laps left. Only 5 laps left in this race, give or take. So he's trying to make something happen. I think he feels like he does. He's got good runs here. Losing a little bit of time here. Oh, he's going wide.
The gap 0.6 of a second. Corey Allen still a quarter of a second behind Austin Diltz. Luke Kledzik half a second behind Dylan Clark. Ruiz gaining on Halsey for 8th in class in GT3. Ruiz has dropped down the order in car number 80 down to the Lacombe chicane. Makes it happen in the 80. Runs it deep. Can Halsey take the spot? He has to take to the escape road as Ruiz in the 80, and that is going to be a slowdown for the man from Florida.
Wow, that's an ouch. It's not. I think he gets it back on to avoid the slowdown, but still the time loss is awful. So now he's stuck behind Ethan Halsey here, and he's all over the place trying to get by him.
So we are coming to lap 19. According to timing, 4 laps to go here in Spa. Colazzo, 2-minute 1.3. 2 as Boisvert crosses the line, 2-minute 1.3. They ran equal time. Allen got by Diltz going into the Fagnier chicane.
Incredible.
Davis, Carrillo, Okendo still the podium in GT3. Colazzo, Boisvert, and Larson still the podium in GTP. Ruiz faster than Ethan Halsey through Stabelau, through Curve Paul Frere, down to Blanchimont. You can get the slipstream down to the final chicane to try and make something happen. A beautiful circuit here in Spa in Belgium. One of the classic circuits for Grand Prix racing and for endurance racing. 7 kilometers long, 4.35 miles. And it's always a super fun time. Allen and Diltz still battling for 5th in class. Boisvert is there, exiting turn 10 down to turn 11, no name corner. It's going to be heading towards Puhan now. These two are going to close in on Cody Hayhurst in the 98, and then they have a couple of GT3s to make their way through. Full commitment from Colazzo, full commitment from Boisvert. Equal lap times that last time around, and down to the Fagnier chicane.
Oh, this battle is really the one we want to pay attention to. They're coming into some traffic now. Is that a lapped prototype car up there ahead?
That is Cody Hayhurst.
Oh, that is Cody Hayhurst. So we've got a lot of traffic.
Colazzo has to dispatch these guys.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Luke, he comes across! Nearly into Boisvert. Pinto stays out of the way. And now they're going to close up on Jeff Cartwright.
Oh, this is getting really tight. And this GT3 traffic all season has been proving to be somewhat, not an equalizer, but it can be somewhat, you can use them almost as chess or teammates or players in we call them pick blocks almost. You can time some moves right to use them to block your opponent. That might almost come into play here with the way this is shaping out. Boisvert falling a little bit here in the chicane.
Despite the traffic, Boisvert 0.3 up on Colazzo the last time around. We have, it says 3 laps to go in Belgium. 5.5 minutes left to go.
I keep peeking back. A lot of these battles in GT3 that have been going on all night are fizzling out just a little bit. The only 2 that I see at the moment is Edgar Ruiz is really attached to Ethan Halsey at the moment, and Corey Allen is holding off Dawson Diltz and Dylan Clark, 2 teammates here trying to make a charge on a driver who's really been behind them all evening long. So now out ahead of them.
Despite their drop week, one guy that's going to benefit from this is Fozzie Fazzillo. He's sitting 4th in class, but no Gonas, no Gibbs tonight. Larson, Colazzo, they're here.
Oh, here's some
Colazzo. Boisvert is there. Boisvert has not won a race. Colazzo has 2 race wins this season. From the 25 versus the 499.
Well, Colazzo really came out of nowhere and showed us that he was ready to throw some punches and bring it to us, and really on display tonight. He's doing great navigating this GT3 field, holding off Boisvert. This is a great battle, Josh. It's really it's been about the same 0.3 of a second, 4 or 0.5 of a second, despite the traffic and the issues. So we'll see what happens. We still have a couple laps left.
4 minutes left to go here in Belgium. We're coming to 2 laps to go, roughly. And we will see if Colazzo can hang on for his third win of the year, or if Boisvert can sneak one away. Interesting, I was looking at the stats in the GTP Drivers' Championship. Gonas is on top with no wins and podiums. One car wide, it's Hayhurst. They were trying to get away, or get around him, I should say.
Boy. Oh. Wow. That is the drama. That is some drama right there from some lap traffic, Josh, and it was from another prototype car, one that that's not something I expected here tonight. If there was going to be a little bit of an issue that would bring this to about a half a tenth or pull off a couple tenths of time off of Boisvert, I didn't expect it to be another prototype car, as Boisvert has to make a sharp corner here.
Gaining. He's going to get the move to Lake Home. Down the Kimmel straight, looking drivers left. Battle for the lead. Pass for the lead. Boisvert takes it over Colazzo. Colazzo deep on the brakes. Can he make it happen? No, they both run wide. And losing the spot, spinning is Boisvert.
Boisvert takes the absolute... Oh, he takes the cop out there. Locked up hard, making that move on the outside. And now he smacks into the rear. Oh my God, who did he hit there?
Johnson in the 717.
Oh gosh, just trying to get out and away, and that's a lot of damage. Whoa, just a little bit overzealous in his move in the final couple laps here. I may have been a bit more patient if I were in his shoes, but hard to say what happens when adrenaline gets to you with all this GT3 traffic in your way. But what a shakeup, Josh. What an absolute shakeup.
As I believe we missed something during the pit cycle, as we mentioned, Nicholas Davis leading in GT3. Very quiet race for the 017. He is, let's call it 5 seconds ahead of Dan Carrito.
Oh gosh.
Further 1.3 ahead of Christian Oquendo.
Yeah, Bryan is in our ear going like, what is happening with Nicholas Davis? And for sure, there's something going on here. It had to have been a pit strategy. I'm looking at the pit times. He had a fantastic pit compared to everybody else. He was sitting in the podium area in the top 5 area.
As the race leader gets nudged by Jeffrey Seymour, a GT3 car. This puts Boisvert back to the race, potentially the race battle, over the curbs. Does he get a slowdown? He does not, but he's got a meatball flag. He has black flag with the orange disc as second place.
Oh no. So he has enough time. He doesn't have to take it, but Hector Colazzo hard on the brakes. He's a little bit loose. I think Boisvert can make this.
But Boisvert has to pit. He's got a meatball flag.
No, he's good. I've done this before, Josh. He does not. He's got 3 laps to take that meatball, so as long as there's enough damage where he can manage it, he's got an opportunity here to give it to him in the last lap.
Are you telling me a car with a meatball flag can win this race?
Absolutely. That would be outstanding. It will not apply it if it's been taken under 3 laps, Josh. This is a fantastic, dramatic battle here as Boisvert late on the brakes, past the GT3 car. He's making it interesting. I see the gap at about 0.3 of a second as we approach more traffic.
Exit Lake Calm, down to turn 10, through the no-name corner, turn 11, next up. Puhan's going to be full commitment and with a lot of damage on the front. I don't know if Boisvert is going to be helped. Runs very wide in the exit and no-name corner. He's going to be stuck behind Brandon Holmes, I think, unless Holmes lets him through, where Coulthard and Schumacher crashed in 1997. Colazzo exiting Puhan down to the Fournier chicane. Colazzo has an 0.8 of a second gap over Boisvert. He's just blinked out, but he's back now.
Oh boy.
One car around, it's Hayhurst in front of the leaders. And the Cody Hayhurst sympathy corner gets worse on the white flag lap. We've got 1 sector left. 0.6 of a second from Colazzo to Boisvert. One car in the way, it's Tim Brokaw. Colazzo and Boisvert have been battling all evening long, beating and banging, and they're driving prototypes. Nicholas Davis will try and pick that up. He is pitting in from the race lead. Hector Colazzo to the chicane for the final time, trying to make it 3 race wins in or 3 race wins this season. Colazzo survives, and he wins in Belgium ahead of Jordan Martin Boisvert. Lincoln Larson third on the podium. We are going to fly back to GT3 as Dan Carrino, Justin, has snuck into the race lead. Redemption from Daytona.
He's going to do it on strategy, Josh. This is unbelievable. It looks like Nicholas Davis had to pit again, so his strategy, the reason he was out front, the reason why Bryan was so confused was because of a pit. So he's holding off Christian Oquendo now, and this is unbelievable. Christian Oquendo is going to apply some pressure, so we'll see. Is Dan Carino going to fall victim to this as well, or Is he going to hold out here on fuel? We'll have to see what happens. This battle here is just is 6/10, Josh.
Last time around, Oquendo was 7/10 faster than Corrido. It's Ferrari versus Porsche to end the race in GT3 through Puhan in turn 12. Oquendo, under 4/10, call it 4.5 from Corrido to Oquendo. Down to the Fournier chicane. Corrido leads ahead of Oquendo. Oquendo deep on the brakes. He smells blood in the 0-1. The gap is 0.3 of a second. You have to set up your final move. You can't make a move here. You have to make your move through Stavelot, through Curve Paul Frere, through Blanchimont, down to the final chicane. Left rear on the dirt for Oquendo. Gap is 4/10. Wow. Running it wide. I don't think he'll be able to have it. Corrido weaving back and forth to ensure that you can't get the slipstream. Down the straightaway through Blanchimont. Flat out, full throttle, even in the GT3s, and down to the final chicane. We thought Nicholas Davis could squeak one out. He could not on strategy. And redemption, I say, from Daytona Beach when Corrido was taken out. Final chicane, and the man from New York does it. Corrido wins in GT3 ahead of Christian Oquendo and Corey Allen.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And Austin Diltz is flashing his lights through the final couple corners here on Corey Allen. I think he's still impressed with that. He gives it a bit of a shake and sends it
angry.
Off. Oh yeah, there's something that happened.
Angry. he let's be honest, he had that race win until he spun in Stavelo down in 15.
He did, and Dan Corrido sneaks in with a win this season. He must be elated, absolutely elated. I can't wait to catch up with him in just a few moments. Josh, this has been a fantastic race. Clearly, we missed a lot through. We have to rethink where we put these ads, Josh, because we're missing a lot on these pit strategies. I'm taking a look now. Dan Corrido had a fantastic pit. Had a fantastic pit. He's pretty equal to Christian Coendo as far as time goes. Really, Austin Diltz had a great time. Luke Kludzik. I think it really boiled down to that few incidents as Dan Corrido. Traction control is off, and he is roasting the rest of those tires, and rightfully so.
So let's take a look at the results before we have a chat with our race winners. And Hector Colazzo wins in GTP and in overall. Jordan Martin Boisvert by 1 second. And it was bumper cars there near the end for those two. Lincoln Larson, Fozzie Fazzillo, Cody Hayhurst in 5th. 6th in GTP, 29th overall, Josiah Yonueze. 6th in class, 33rd overall, Cody Crosgrove, and Dominic Wright never even started in the 043, winning in GT3. Dan Corrido ahead of Christian Oquendo, Corey Allen, Austin Diltz, Dylan Clark, Luke Kledzik, Edgar Ruiz, Nicholas Davis, Ethan Halsey, Morgan Smith, Tim Brokaw, Brandon Holmes, Parker Dime, Jeffrey Seymour, Yun Gonzalez, Nathan Branham, Jeff Cartwright, Chris Wilkie, Donnie Heineman, Nick Johnson, Marshall Pinto, Tanakrit Carney, Kevin Fanning, Wanchi Rakenna, Nick Vincent, Brandon Lambert, and Deegan Yerquides had some issues. I don't think he even took the green flag. So, I am going to be honest. I can't remember our interview process as it's been so long. So, you tell me who you want me to bring in, and you can handle it, Justin.
Let's bring in Corey Allen. I think he's sitting down there at the moment.
Corey Allen is not. We do not have Corey Allen.
No, we don't have Corey.
We have Corrido, Colazzo, and Boisvert.
Corrido, Colazzo. Let's bring in Dan Corrido first. Our GT3 winner. We'll
ensure you are unmuted on Discord, my friend. I'm going to tell you, Dan Corrido. Okay, I was calling that race in Daytona. I was so upset for you with that incident, and I hope you go back and watch this because I'm sorry, everybody. I'm being biased for one of NASA's own, Dan Corrido, pulling it off in Spa. Justin, all yours.
Oh, wow. A fantastic win. Really, it came down, in our opinion, it looked like a pit strategy, but you really just survived. Talk me through that. How you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. You know, like I said last week when I got third in NASA, you know, it feels long overdue. But yeah, I definitely came down to pit strategy. I think Nicholas came out like 4 seconds in front of me, and I had no idea how. And then he pit on the last lap, so I'm guessing he just took too little fuel.
Must have been. We were wondering the same thing, and when we saw him dive off, we knew why he had that the lead he did. But fantastic race, Dan. Good.
Oh, thanks,
Great
man.
job. Who would you like to thank tonight for your performance?
Thanks Saints and Sinners Racing and my family for putting up with how much racing I do.
Fantastic, Dan, and enjoy this win. Great job, man. Great job.
Thank you, man.
We will talk to our second place man in GTP, Jordan Martin Boisvert. Justin, all yours.
Jordan, great race tonight. It really seemed like it boiled down to a final battle with you, navigating through traffic. You guys did great. Talk me through that. How were you feeling chasing down Colazzo?
I'm a little upset with the result a little bit. I had this winning strategy. I felt like due to we was talking in the race chat and he asked if I took tires and I said yeah, he didn't take tires. So I was like I have a tire advantage with more grip. I could try to get him, but he was just so much better than me in that middle sector. I couldn't really stay with him, and I had to just keep going at it and get better and better. And finally, he messed up a little bit in turn one, and I was like, "This is the closest I'm gonna get. I gotta use attack, use his draft, suck up." It worked. He don't have straight line speed, and I was like, "Ugh." I went into the at the end of the straight, right there. Got alongside of him, started edging him. He let off early to brake, and I drove it in a little bit too deep, locked up the rears, and had to come off the brakes. And what I did was basically looped it around, carried too much speed into the corner. So then the GT car gave me a meatball right there, where his with just bad decision making should just stay to the outside. I was going to the inside. So,
I
but
think
overall,
we did catch that. Yeah.
but overall, good race. I mean, I came from, I don't know, 8 seconds back at the pit stop. So, I mean, the strategy worked, with the help of GT cars. Traffic plays a part. I mean, it was basically reverse roll, just couldn't pull it off like it was at Orlando where I had a 10-second lead, and he reversed that on me and won the race off that. So, but overall, I'd say it was a good race. Overall, had good speed. Messed up a couple times, but cleared that up and put the strategy to work and almost won the race out of it. So I'd take a P2.
Hey, it was a great race overall for sure. Traffic management is incredibly dynamic, but in our opinion, you did a fantastic job. And who'd you like to thank tonight, Jordan, for this performance?
WBN Racing for allowing me to represent them and run the GTP. The Acura. Thank some other sponsors that's not in this league. Nitro Racing, that's my oval side. Want to thank 4X Racing for supporting me with the setups. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do this and race competitively. And just thanks to the league admins and the drivers, man. The drivers come here, put on a show. A lot of GT cars to manage, but I mean, without them, without us, without the admins putting us all together for us to be able to come do this, man, it's unbelievable. And thank y'all on the broadcast. Can't wait to go watch this race later and kick myself in the shins for a while, watching me just break that at the top of the hill, because that's gonna be devastating to watch that every time. I'm gonna keep turning it off, but I'll watch it up to that part. So, but I just thank y'all for the broadcast.
It was a great race, regardless. And Jordan Mulbair, thank you so much, and great work on P2 tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoy it regardless. It's a good result.
I will. Night. Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
Race winner Hector Colazzo for the first time this season. Justin, all yours.
Hector, you're up here finally. Well, not finally. I think we've talked before.
I think I said third time or first time. It's been a long day. Third time.
Talk me through your race. It really boiled down to traffic management and a lot of weaving. Talk me through that. Those last few laps holding off Boisvert.
Yeah, that traffic, like you said, it really played a part as well. And I didn't check my setup, and I already had a low downforce setup tell me on the straight, but I accidentally clicked on a high downforce. So,
oh boy,
yeah, like every time I was coming out of a Rouge that long straight, I was losing like at least like 5/10 like every time. And
oh wow,
yeah, that's kind of how Jordan really caught up to me and made that move. And yeah, and like he said on strategy as well, he pit for tires. I didn't. I thought my tires were good, and then when I exited pit road, immediately next lap after I came out of pit road, they just died. They were not able to.
I've been there.
At
I've
all.
been there. That's that sucks. So you were tire managing and running a high downforce setup. Maybe the high downforce setup saved you in the end. Who knows? There was a lot of wildness in play, and overall though, great race, Hector. Fantastic job. And who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my tires for at least surviving for a little bit longer. And not dying on me immediately. And thank you to Ethan for hosting this league. Thank you to you guys for broadcasting so I can watch this and be happy that I won again. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Hector, and enjoy this victory, and do enjoy watching it back. The racing was phenomenal. I think you'll enjoy it as well.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
And that's all she wrote with post-race interviews, and we went over the results already. I'm going to show that I really don't pay attention. We don't have points after the fact for here, but we will have points before next week. I'm going to go a couple of programming notes, a couple sponsors, and then we'll close this one up here in Belgium. As remember, cameras for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/Whiplash Media. Thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for all of your camera support. And if you like what you saw tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, along with our short-form video content courtesy of Jess Rakowski. If you'd like your content broadcasted, you can visit asntvUSA.com for any and all information. Couple of programming notes before we say goodnight here on ASN. TWR setups, NASA Rallycross lights, round 8 in Crandon. That is Sunday, May 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern time. You'll have Victor Valley, James Watson, Jared Lott for that one. Round 8 of the Overwatch Specialty Service, NASA Rallycross Challenge, Monday, May 6th, also in Crandon, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have Bryan, Sawyer, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that. Is Justin Robichaud. I believe you're going to be in the car for that one.
Oh, yeah.
OSRL Cup Series. Round 2 at the Auto Club Speedway of Southern California in Fontana, Tuesday, May 7th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Victor Valley, Ethan Halsey, Justin Robichaud for that. And the next round of the OSRL GT Series in Road America in Wisconsin, Thursday, May 9th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bryan Sawyer, Cody Erdman, and Justin Robichaud for that. Not what I expected to have such a ping-pongy, if that's even a word or verb, adjective finish to this. It's not what I expected. When Jordan was being interviewed there, I sat back and I said, yeah, he was nowhere and suddenly was there trying to steal the win away. So incredibly impressive there. And what could have been with Dilts and Allen after they had that issue down at Stavelo. But Justin, give me a final thought.
It's always exciting. We talk about it every week. It's almost become a staple of this league, really, in the traffic management. I know next season they're getting rid of the prototype multi-class series. They're actually trying to figure out what they're going to do with the GT3s, whether they're going to have 2 separate races or one. I think the vote right now is looking like it's going to be one race, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be a pro and an AM style GT3 classing race, everyone in one at the moment. Again, we don't want to talk, nothing's set in stone at the moment. It seems to be a very vote-centric league. So if you're interested, get into the OSRL Discord. We'll drop the link in chat, and we'll try and put it in the description of all the videos as well. But if you want to participate, hop in here as well. You can get your voice heard and be a part of shaping the future of this league. So I'm loving it here. I think that everybody's great and we're having a lot of fun. The drivers are fantastic. The racing is absolutely electric from the front to the back. So just excited to see how these last few weeks unfold, Josh, and really see who wins. I think there's still some people who can take it away in dramatic fashion. So
as what a race that we had tonight in Belgium. As the checkered flag has fallen on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Philip Kraus, Justin Robichaud, Cody Erdman, James Watson, and Bryan Sawyer. My name is Josh Mertz, as we hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage of the OSRL GT Series tonight from Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. We congratulate our GTP winner Hector Colazzo and GT3 winner Dan Corretto, and be sure to join us Sunday in Crandon for NASA Rallycross Lights. But until then, so long, everyone.